On this Top End Tech Talk video, I will be showing you how to change an old tire to a new tire on my basketball wheelchair. I do need a few tools. First, I use tire levers to help get the tires off. You can purchase these at most bike shops. I have the Presta valve inner tube, so I need the Presta valve adapter. And then I use a portable air compressor. Has a battery, has a gauge on it to tell me how many pounds. You can use a regular air compressor or a regular tire manual pump. And then I have my new tire that I'll be putting on and my basketball rim and tire that I'll be changing. I'm going to turn my chair a little bit to hopefully give you a better view of what I'm doing. If your tire is not already flat, you need to start out by letting the air out. The Presta valves also have a locking nut to hold the valve stem in place on the rim, so you need to remove that. I like to squeeze the tire all the way around to release it off the bead of the rim. I use 3 tire levers. The first one I put in lining it up with one of the spokes. And I do that because the lever has a little notch on it that will hook to the spoke so that you do not have to hold on to that one. So I line that one up, and then I take my other 2 and get them so that they're hooked onto the tire. Then I take my first one, hook it to the spoke, take my second one and my third one, and now I've got the tire off or out of the rim, and I can take my lever and put it in to run it around the rim to get the rest of the tire off. As you saw, sometimes it takes a couple attempts to get it to do that. My other second lever flew across the room, so I'll have to pick that up. Now on the other side of the tire, a lot of times you can just pull it off the rim by rolling it off the side of the rim. If not, you take your tire lever on the other side and put it on to push the tire off the rim. My tube was not flat, so I'm going to try reusing that tube, with the new tire. So I put the tube in the tire, find my valve stem hole, put the valve stem in and line it up. And now I'm going to start with just the one side of the tire, putting it on the rim. Most of the time you can do that with your hands, just rolling it on to the rim. So I've got the one side on. Now I want to make sure that the tube is all the way down in the tire, so I'm not pinching it when I'm putting the tire on. Then I start with the valve stem side of it and just roll the other side of the tire onto the rim, working my way down both sides. Again, making sure that the tube is still inside the tire and not getting pinched between the tire and the rim. So now you see I have about this much left where I can't push it up with my fingers. So that's where I use the tire lever. Roll it on with the tire lever. And then I go around again, kind of pinch everything together, hoping to make sure the tube is not pinched between the tire and the rim. Use my Presta-Valve adapter. I have to screw it on to the valve stem. Hook my tire pump up. Now I'm going to put about 30 pounds of air pressure in, and then I'm going to let the air out. And what I believe that does is it straightens the tube out to make sure that there's no pinches or any twists in it before I put the whole 110 pounds of air pressure in. Here's my 30 pounds of air. And then I'm just going to let the air back out, and then I'll repump it to the 110 pounds. There I have 110 pounds in. I just let a little air out, but that is fine for today. I'm going to pump them back up before I start playing basketball. I also need to take the nut and put it back on the valve stem to lock it up against the rim so it doesn't move around. Then I have the valve cap, so I'll put that on. That was changing the tire from old to new for my basketball wheelchair.